What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Ride On Productions. I'm here to do a question and answer video with my best friend Brandon here. We got the questions right here.
Hi.
This is Brandon, obviously. So let's just get this thing rolling. So Brandon, what was your favorite game from your childhood?
That would have to be Mario Kart.
Why was that your favorite game from your childhood?
I've always been into racing.
All right. My favorite game from my childhood is probably one of the Mario parties because I've always been into those type of games. Always played it growing up with my mom, dad, sister. Now, who's your favorite video game character ever?
Oh, God, that's easy. Yoshi.
That's mine, too. I love the green dinosaur. I love the noises he makes. It's so weird. It
Yoshi!
just like, exactly. Now, do you want to explain how we met?
Oof, yeah. Back in middle school, what was it, like 7th grade?
Yeah, it's about, I would say, end of 6th, beginning of 7th.
Yeah. Ryan would always make fun of me. But he would always know I'd make fun of him, too. And then at one point, Ryan was getting mad at everybody for making fun of me. So Ryan would back me up. And that's how we met.
I literally decided that nobody else can make fun of him except for me.
Exactly.
So it was literally my job. I'd make fun of him. He'd make fun of me. But we had each other's back when anyone made fun of us.
Yes.
So, I mean, we've been friends ever since. It's been, I mean, at times we didn't talk. When I left, like, Northrop, we didn't really talk as much. I mean, because I had switched schools. High school, I switched after my sophomore year. But after high school, after we graduated, we ended up just hanging out almost every day. You can ask my fiance, Caitlin. We hang out literally every weekend.
Back in 2018, Ryan and I went to Chicago for a Cubs game.
Even though the better team.
Yeah, you're
Miami
funny.
All right.
We all know the Yankees are better.
Oh, you're funny.
I know, right?
You're funny.
They're never better than the Cubs.
What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Make enough money, move out of state, have a nice house, and live in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Why do you want to live in Scottsdale, though?
Better jobs, no snow, and no cold weather.
I hope to accomplish in the next 5 years, since I have a child, to get my own place. I mean, technically I have one because when fiance's dad and brother move, we get this house. But I don't really want to live in Indiana because it's too bipolar, I guess. Like, Mother Nature is
Yeah.
like a woman, all right? Time of the
Yeah.
month, okay?
Especially when a woman's got menopause.
Yeah. Indiana, just snow. It'll be bright and sunny, 80 degrees. Next thing you know,
It's a
snowing.
blizzard.
Yeah. So I want to move out west, whether that's New Mexico, Utah, Arizona. I want to move somewhere out there. Probably not Utah because it rains a little too much. But if I had to move to Arizona, it'd probably be Sedona, Arizona, because it's a little secluded mountain area. And I mean, it's got a lot of good trails out there. Love going out there. Really close to Jerome, Arizona. Great place to go. Been there in 2017. Really nice place. I would recommend Arizona 100%. What have you learned in this quarantine?
Family can get to you. Especially if you run out of beer.
Good point, good point. I've learned that children are very hard to deal with. Holy crap. My son drives me nuts. Girlfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call her, drives me nuts. I need my breaks, okay? This is my break. Right here is my break.
Hi.
I mean, we try, whenever we hang out, we try to, honest to God, we watch SpongeBob. I will not lie to you.
No,
Kids forever. Kids for life.
I want to be a 105-year-old kid.
Exactly.
Watching SpongeBob.
We sometimes play Madden, and just so you know, this kid's favorite tight end is Rob Gronkowski. Somehow Rob
Go
Gronkowski,
Patriots.
after, see, my team's right back here. This point.
I love the Bears.
Rob Gronkowski, when we play Madden, somehow will have like 400 receiving yards after the end of the first quarter. And that's the only person that has it. 8 touchdowns.
And how many yards?
He'll usually have around like 400 to 500 in a single quarter.
Yeah.
At
How
the end
many
of the game,
catches in that first quarter, too?
usually like 80 some.
Or if I play as the Falcons,
It's all Julio.
and how many does Julio get?
Julio averages about 500 yards because he always throws deep to him. It's impossible to stop him.
Especially sometimes my run game, I can just break through your line and take it to the house in one
Exactly.
play.
Oh, and another thing I learned in quarantine is do not take life for granted. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Because I've had friends, parents die and everything, and they weren't able to see them because of this whole quarantine. Weren't able to go to the hospital when they were in the hospital, etc. So don't take life for granted. Whatever you do, every breath matters. Whether you want to be here or not, you have a reason to be here.
Yes, everybody's got a reason.
like our reason was to make fun of each other and then become like best friends. Honest to
It's
God.
not worth risking your own life and your family's life these days.
Exactly. What's your least favorite thing about this whole quarantine, though?
Being stuck in your house and not being able to go anywhere.
See, we love playing baseball, so being stuck inside is like a trap. Whenever we come here, we try to play football. Obviously, the backyard's not big enough to play baseball. It can be, but you have to aim at a certain corner. It can't go anywhere else. It's going to shatter windows.
It still can with my power.
Yeah. So we try our best to like go outside, play football, have bonfires with family, friends. I know you're technically not supposed to get together unless it's 10 or less, but who actually listens to that rule? You let me know.
Nobody.
What's the nastiest thing we've ever ate?
Oh, God. Shall we tell them about that one YouTube video I couldn't do?
If you guys go to one of my earlier videos, we had this thing in my old apartment where it was we'd ask questions about each other. If we got it right, we didn't. The person that asked the question had to drink it.
I lost.
If we got it wrong, then we had to drink it.
Yeah,
and
it was disgusting.
We ended up like in the final drink there was like fish, there was cat food,
baby food,
mayonnaise, formula. Like it was gross.
Oyster juice.
This man only took a sip of it, and at the end of the video,
I couldn't do it.
At the end of the video, I literally
it stunk so bad.
I chugged that as much as I could, and then I dumped it outside my apartment. Funny story, on our mailbox, I kid you not, the next day or the day after, we got a little sticky note that said about don't pour that out here ever again, or we're going to come and get you and stuff like that. And it was from the same guy that smokes weed when we had a child. We didn't have a child at that time, but he smoked weed when we did have the child, and you could smell it. Like our kid damn near was getting high. And it was so strong. You walk in there, and that's all you smelled. That is all you smell. That's probably the nastiest thing I've ever done, because I had to eat, like, I think the nastiest one I had to eat was, like, tuna fish and freaking hot peppers or something. Like, it was gross. Other than that final cup that we did. So, it was really gross. And now, what's the grossest thing we've done as, like, not sexually, but, like...
Right.
As friends, what's the nastiest thing we've ever done together? I would still say that video, probably.
Yeah.
Definitely that video. Now, the funniest thing we've done, this man's got a video of me when we went to the Chicago Cubs game in our hotel. I was shirtless. I put peace symbols up and said, "Damn hippies," and then just went into the water. I
acted like a salmon.
This man, it was red fish, there was one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and this man just flopped in there. Yeah, and then Brandon fish.
Flopped in, then I come flopping out, and then flopping back in.
The people that were walking by probably thought we were high as hell.
Yeah, probably.
But it was fun. That game in Chicago was fun. I hope we get to go see Marlins and Cubs, because we're going to see who wins that, and I really hope it's the Marlins.
I still hope I can go to the Cubs game in September. Cubs and Cardinals at Wrigley.
That would be a good game to go to, honestly. Now, I'm going to answer this one, because I'm the main owner of this channel. This channel is more about, so as I told you guys, we're trying to get more vlogs going. Like, we want to be a vlog channel. We want to be a challenge channel. Just try to get bigger as we can. Have special guests such as Brandon on here. And I just want to make this more of a kid-friendly, family-oriented channel. I don't want to do, and I want to have some gaming on here. I don't want to make it, like, all cussing up a storm and going off on people, this and that. Like, I want this to be more kid-friendly. Like, I want this to have family in it, show that family time does matter, doesn't just revolve around just you and not other people. So I just want to literally just have family content, whether it's vlogs, challenges, just us messing around outside, running football routes and putting it on video.
Yeah.
I just want to have some fun.
Or just being retarded.
Exactly.
Stuff.
Now, why did I choose to have Brandon as a friend? Simple, that's because... Get out down, cat. Simple, that's because when you find someone that gets made fun of usually, they usually are the people that you will be friends with throughout high school and longer, whether it's college, whether it's 40 years from now, you're probably still going to be talking to them. Well, if you have people that are popular, they're going to forget about you when you go to high school. And I mean, we, didn't talk for like, I would say damn near half a year when I switched schools, or even a year. I don't think
we didn't really talk till after high school.
I think we literally talked to like the end of senior year pretty much, since I did leave school and like got really busy. He got really busy. And I mean, I mainly picked Brandon to be a friend just because I knew he'd always be there for me when I got through tough times. Like, I kid you not, when my son was born, the first people up there were my parents, her parents, and then Brandon. Brandon was like the probably fifth or sixth person up there. And he loves my son, calls him Tiger and everything. We're trying to get him to call him Uncle Brandon when he starts talking. I mean, he is there. He'll be there whenever I need him to. Like if I have a wedding, best man, he'll be there for me. I'm sure I'll be the best man for him.
Oh, sure.
We may argue with each other sometimes jokingly, whether it's I like the Patriots or I like the Cubs.
Oh, I like the Marlins.
Yeah.
They're going to win in 2 years.
They're going to win the World Series in 2 years.
Funny.
But we may argue, even if it's not about sports, even if it's like him yelling at me or me yelling at him for being stupid, whatever, we're still there for each other. Like, there was one year, 4th of July, we lit fireworks. I literally stood almost over the firework, and we argued, like, he yelled at me, and we were perfectly fine after that. Like, that's why I stay with him, because I know he'll have my back if I have his back, and we're just really good friends. Like, I know he's there. Like, if I ever need a roommate or something, if something happens to me and my fiance, I'm sure his parents have offered me to stay with them. So if I ever need a place to live, I got him, got his parents. He's just a great friend. Simple as that. I consider him a brother. It's Uncle Brandon to my son. So, and then why did you choose me as a friend, Brandon?
Pretty much the same reason. He'd always pick on me. I'd pick on him. He's always been there for me like a brother. I call him my brother sometimes, even though we're not blood related. His family welcomes me in. His fiance's family welcomes me in. Since he left, what was it? Sophomore year?
Yeah, I left after sophomore year.
He left after sophomore year at Northrop and went to Leo. After that, we didn't talk for a little while. Till 2018, maybe 2017, after we both graduated. After we both graduated is pretty much when we started talking again and hanging out. I moved down to Indy. I talk to him all the time, come up here to see him a couple times. There was one night, I was on my way back down to Indy. I got into a car accident. Ryan was the first person I called other than my parents. And he said he'd always be there for me. And now that I'm back here in Fort Wayne, he and I are always hanging out. I'm glad to call him a brother.
Car issues, I go to him. I mean, even though he's not the greatest mechanic I know, because my fiance's dad has been a mechanic for as long as I've known her and longer, still can turn to him to get cheaper deals and whatnot. I mean, he helps me. Sports related, I'll update him with news. I kid you not, I'm the sports guy. He's the mechanic guy. I mean, half the time he comes over on weekends, we eat dinner together all the time. We're cooked for him.
Or drink.
Yeah. He'll sometimes buy stuff that, like, we might need to finish dinners. Like, if we only have, like, 2 chicken breasts, he'd buy a third one just so he can eat with us. And, I mean, he's just a great guy, honestly. That's why he's my friend. It's why he's like a brother to me. Now, one final question, Brandon. What would be your dream job / like, your dream place to live if it wasn't here in the United States?
Ooh, my dream job. Honestly, my dream job would have to be a Formula One driver driving for Ferrari or Mercedes. The reason for that is I've always been into racing. I've always loved watching racing. I've always loved going to races. I've been to one of the qualifying days for the Indy 500. That was very cool. I wanted to drive an IndyCar one time. And I've always watched Formula One and IndyCar. Now, my dream place to live. I've got a couple. Monaco is one. And Germany is another. And then Italy. I'm German and Italian. I've always wanted to see those places. But Monaco is where I would love to live for the money, for the scenery, and wake up, see the ocean, and that's also one of the biggest places for a Formula One race on Labor Day weekend.
Now, I'll answer that question. Dream place to live would be probably Australia, Sydney, Australia, or something like that. I've always wanted to go out there, always wanted to see the outback. If not there, I'd have to say Italy, Germany, or I would love to go see Paris, France. I probably wouldn't want to live there, but I'd love to go tour that because I've always wanted to see the Eiffel Tower. You always see it depicted in movies. I want to see it in person. Now, my dream job I could have had, and that was being an NFL player. Basically, what happened was back in middle school, I tore my ACL. They told me that I would basically never play again, but I ended up playing. And at Northrop, I had a scholarship offer to Akron. Same with that Leo. They didn't take it away. What happened was on signing day, a few days before signing day, I had chose to stay home with my parents instead of taking the full ride scholarship to Akron, which I do regret now because I see these players like Zion Williamson, who's 20 years old in the NBA. That man's making millions, and I'm sitting here making $13 an hour. Like, I could have been a millionaire already. Even sitting on the bench, I would have made $25,000 just being a backup to somebody. So, I mean, I decided to stay home with friends and family rather than go 4.5 hours away to Akron, Ohio, and play for the Akron Zips. And I mean, they're not the greatest of teams, but they would have been good enough to at least got me a shot, whether it was NFL, XFL, the Arena Football League before they shut down. I really do regret it, so I'm trying to get back in shape and really want to go back for it because I'm only 21, so I still have a chance. You see these players don't even enter college, or don't even enter the NFL until they're 23, 24. So that's my dream job. I really hope I can accomplish it. I mean, yeah, so that's been the Q&A with my best friend Brandon here. So I hope you guys like it, subscribe, comment what you think, and let us know what else you want either us to do or want me to put on the channel, whether it's with my fiance, child, our cats, her brother, whatever, Fish, my niece Lavea, which you guys met in the last challenge we did. So you guys just let me know, and I'm out. He's out. You guys take care. Hey guys, so I was in the middle of editing this video, our Q&A for me and Brandon. I just wanted to say that he told me after the video that instead of, when he's talking about racing, instead of saying Labor Day, he meant Memorial Day. So please don't hate on him. I just figured I would fill it in for you guys and just let you know he meant Memorial Day, not Labor Day, for all you racing fans that watch Formula One. He meant Memorial, not Labor Day. And I also wanted to put in there that I hope none of you ever, and I mean ever, take life for granted. I know we talked about it a little bit. We were like summing it up. The reason you don't want to take life for granted is because of the fact that you never know when it's going to be your last breath, when it's going to be your last moment, when something's going to happen to a mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever. And it really is scary to see these kind of things happen. That's why I personally, I know I'm not really good at saying I love you every single time I'm on a phone call and everything, but really you should be saying I love you every time you get the phone, whether you're 40 or you're 8. You should be saying it because you never know when it's going to be the last time to say it. And Brandon wanted me to say that in his eyes, what made him think about taking life for granted was earlier this year his grandmother had passed away, and it really took a toll on him. He never really got to say goodbye. He did, but he didn't. He just wanted me to let you guys know, don't take life for granted. No matter what your life's like, whether it's you are depressed and don't want to be here, cutting yourself, taking drugs, whatever, don't do that. Don't take drugs. Don't cut yourself. It's going to solve nothing. Cutting yourself, the pain's going to solve nothing. Drugs, it's going to numb you out for a few hours, then you'll be good. But if you overdose or you accidentally cut an artery or whatever, you could lose your life, which is going to impact other people's lives that care about you. Your parents' lives, your grandparents, they all care about you. So I just want to put that in here to make sure all of you realize, don't take life for granted. Basically, you never know when someone's last breath is going to be. So just always remind your family and friends you love them. And if they're in a dark place, get them help, talk to them, be there for them, etc., etc. I just want to fill that all in. I hope you guys enjoy this video and everything else. Take care.